What's up? What's happening, guys? You remember me? Remember this face? I know I've been gone off the visuals for a minute, but I've still been bringing you guys the bangers, okay? I just haven't been bringing this face, but I'm back. Just to make it brief, I'm going to tell you guys in this video, we're going to be talking about Carson Wentz's contract. We're going to be breaking down the contract from an accounting perspective because little known fact about me, I do have an accounting background. I got a minor in accounting from NC State University. I did a finance internship with the Charlotte Hornets, and I also worked in the finance department for the WNBA team here, the Atlanta Dream. So I'm very familiar with NBA contracts from an accounting and finance perspective, but it's similar, very similar to the NFL. So actually, when I was with the Charlotte Hornets in 2018 as an intern, I was the only finance intern there. And the finance department was about 5 people, including the CFO. So I was working directly with the CFO of the Hornets. And this was during the time where we were acquiring Tony Parker, and we were also trying to trade or cut Dwight Howard. So we were in a similar situation with Dwight Howard that we were in with Carson Wentz. We were trying to see, was it going to be worth it to from a financial perspective to trade or cut Dwight Howard, and also how will we be able to feasibly acquire Tony Parker. So that was huge for me in my internship because I learned so much, and I'm going to be able to talk to you guys about it in this video. And this video is me breaking down Carson Wentz's contract, but the same principles apply to anybody's contract in the NFL. So if you guys want to use this template to look at anybody's contract, go ahead. I'm your girl. You guys already know I am a versatile queen, okay? It's not just a sports talk. I'm in the sports business all around, period.
Okay, guys, so let's look at the table here that breaks down the contract. So I know it looks like a lot, but we're going to take it row by row, basically year by year, and we're going to start with the terms. And once you understand the terms, it's easy to understand what is going on with his money. And I just feel so intrusive all up in Carson Wentz's pockets. Like, dang, you got it like this. But let's talk about, so let's start with cap hit. You already know what's up. Salary cap. It keeps us from doing everything we really want to do. The cap hit is how much of Carson Wentz's salary is taken up out of our salary cap. So how much hit is Carson Wentz taking up on our salary cap? And that's the cap hit. Okay? Now, the dead cap. That's the salary cap space. Dead cap, or sometimes called dead money, sunk cost, basically, is the salary cap space that the team, so the Eagles, must allocate to a particular player, in this case, Carson Wentz. Okay? And the cap hit, dead cap, is only when a player has been cut, okay, or traded, not on the roster anymore. So a sunk cost, a cost you can't worry about anymore. Meaning, whether we trade Carson or cut Carson, or whether Carson is on our roster, Carson is going to cost us this much regardless. So whether he's ours or whether we cut him, we're still paying this much regardless. That's the cap hit, sunk cost. No matter what our decision is on Carson Wentz, this is how much he's going to cost us. So it's a sunk cost. Either way it goes, this cost is already booked. And we're going to get into how you get into that sunk cost. Now, the yearly cash, that's how much Carson Wentz is actually getting paid each year. So how much he's getting paid each year, that yearly cash column, is not the same amount that is getting hit on our salary cap. And I'm going to explain why now. So Carson Wentz has about $107 million in guaranteed money. Okay? Guaranteed money, meaning whether he's on our bench, whether he's playing, whether we cut him or not, he's still going to get $107 million out of this contract. And that is poor contract negotiating by the Eagles, but it's whatever. So his salary is his base salary. And if he's cut, he doesn't earn the salary, but he still earns his guaranteed money. That's guaranteed money regardless. So let's start with 20. So let me explain the difference. So you're probably wondering why is his cap hit different than the money that we're actually paying him out? So the yearly cash is what Carson Wentz is putting in his pocket every year. The cap hit is what hit we are taking to the salary cap. So you're probably wondering, why are those two numbers different? And that becomes in the way that the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, lets the NFL report assets and expenses, okay? So if you look at 2019, Carson Wentz signed his signing bonus. Now he got $16 million up front, okay? So in 2019, he got his base salary from the remainder of his last contract, $720 million, plus $16 million. So he pocketed $17 million. So he got all of his signing bonus in his pocket, in his bank in 2019. But the NFL is kind, and instead of having us have all of that $16 million signing bonus go against our cap in 1 year, they let us allocate it over the course of his contract. So even though Carson Wentz has the full $16 million of signing bonus in his wallet, when we're reporting it year by year, to be nice to our salary cap, the NFL lets us spread, basically divide his signing bonus and report it against our cap over the years of his contract. Even though Carson has that 16 mil, it's still allocated over his contract year by year, which is good for the salary cap. So Carson Wentz, not only was his signing bonus guaranteed, he had about 90 mil in other guaranteed monies, which includes roster bonuses. He signed a $30 million option in 2020, which was a huge hit to us. So he has other guaranteed monies. And basically, if we cut Carson Wentz or trade Carson Wentz, we still owe him his guaranteed money. That's guaranteed. So if we were to cut him, so let's start with 2020. That's the year that's highlighted where he's 27 years old, okay? So his base salary was 1.3 mil. We reported 3 mil of his signing bonus on the cap. He got an $8 million roster bonus, and 6 mil of his option that he signed, of that 30 mil option, was reported on against the cap. Now, that 30 million option that he signed in 2020, he got paid that up front. So when you see in the end where it says yearly cash 39 mil, the reason why that's so high is because 30 million of that is him. We paid out 30 million of his option, but only 6 mil of it hit the cap. That's why the cap hit is so low, but his yearly cash is so high. But if we were to cut him or trade him, that dead cap we would owe would be 77 million, because all of that guaranteed money will have to be reported against the cap now. So once a player is cut, the NFL is not nice no more. Or once they're traded, you can't allocate your money from the cap, that guaranteed money. You can't allocate it over the years of the contract anymore. You have to pay that money up front, baby. Okay? So you see how the allocating those bonuses and allocating those guaranteed monies really is able to help our cap. But once a player is traded or cut, that guaranteed money is owed then. So as you can see in 2020, Carson Wentz pocketed $39.3 million. So he got 30 million of that, all of his player option. He got all of that option, 30 million of it up front, plus that roster bonus, plus his base salary. So that was $30 million in cash that he pocketed, but it was only $18.6 million that was reported on our salary cap, which is because the NFL lets us allocate that $30 million option over the terms of his contract. So we only had to report $6 million of that $30 million on the salary cap that year. But if Carson is cut, we have to report all of that at the moment of cutting him, which is why the dead cap that year, if we were to cut him, would be $77.8 million. So is it ever a time where it's favorable for a team to cut or trade a player and cut their losses? Yes. And that's usually when your dead cap is lower than your cap hit. So you see that scenario happens for us in 2022. So if we kept Carson on our roster on 2022, he would hit our cap with about $31.2 million. But if we cut him, our dead cap would only be $24.5 million. You see what I'm saying? So that's about $7 million more you can work with on the cap space. And if we got Hurts for on his rookie deal, and we could get, another piece with $7 million, that's when you have to think about it. That's when you have to start making those big decisions. Because if Carson's not doing anything but sitting on our bench, collecting dust, warming his butt, then you have to start considering, okay, this is a sunk cost regardless. But can we flip it and turn it into getting some more assets, even if they are smaller assets? But small things build up and make big impacts. So these numbers, you guys can look around these numbers, and I'll give you two of the formulas which are important. So the yearly cap hit, in order to calculate that, you pretty much just take the base salary plus the prorated signing bonus, or any prorated bonuses. In Carson's case, the signing bonus and his option. Those are the only two that's prorated for Carson. The roster bonus, he has to report and be there by like March 3rd to get the roster bonus. And then plus any other bonuses is the yearly cap hit. So for Carson's, it's the base salary plus the prorated signing bonus plus the roster bonus plus the prorated option. That's how you find out his cap hit each year. And the dead money is the total that we actually paid out. So that yearly cash that we actually paid out, plus any guaranteed remaining money minus the cap hit, is how you figure out the dead cap. And it's a lot, guys. And we could talk about this more. And I do this for a living, so it's not complicated to me. But I got a minor in accounting from NC State, Go Pack. So, this is kind of what I did in college and for a lot of my internships. And like I said, I did the internship with the Charlotte Hornets, and we were in the process of trading Tony Parker, and we were considering cutting Dwight Howard. And even though that was the NBA, all the contracts is pretty similar. So I do have a lot of experience with, athlete and league salaries and how they affect, the team. So if you want to talk more about this, I can try to break stuff down. I know it was still kind of confusing the way I broke it down, because I know stuff will make sense in my head, but not necessarily make sense if I'm saying it to you guys. And also, if you're looking around the numbers, playing around the numbers, some of the numbers are a little bit changed. Some of the numbers are a little bit inflated, and some are deflated because of COVID-19. So a lot of their contracts is not going to be as black and white because of the different clauses and changes that were made because of COVID-19. So it's not that contract that he signed, it's not the exact same as it was before because things were changed for COVID-19. But let me know what you think about this video. So basically, I'm saying if we cut Carson in 2021, we'll have a huge dead cap hit. Okay, it's really not feasible for us until 2022. Like I said, when a cap hit is less than when our dead cap is less than how much he will be attributing to our salary cap. So when our sunk cost is less than the future costs of Carson Wentz. So Our best case scenario is trading, but guys, even if we trade a player, that guaranteed monies, that's still his. The only thing we're really getting out of is the base salary. But the guaranteed monies, and he got a hell of a lot of guaranteed coins, that's still his. But guys, I know this video was probably complicated to you guys, but I just want to put it in perspective because a lot of people are like, pull the trigger, buy Wentz. But it's a lot that the team has to think about. We just got to be thankful Hurst is on his rookie contract and barely making any money while we figure these things out. So make sure you guys like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Keep rocking with me. I might do some more videos like this just depending on how you guys react. I might do a follow-up just depending on how you guys react. Maybe more in depth. Let me know if I wasn't explaining things well. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.